Ilya, your perspective on the evolution of the partnership with Shure?
Well, first of all, I just want to congratulate Sam, Ted, you, the team, Christine. It's been amazing to watch Shure, 100-year-old company, deep traditions, roots, culture, in some ways, if I may say, reinvent itself for this next sort of evolution of video and much more dynamic and intelligent spaces, and just sort of expand your expertise from that audio heritage to really the full set of experiences and spaces. For us, it's fantastic to have partners like Shure that work with our software and turn that into full experiences suitable for every space, and do so in a way that helps our customers scale. I think if there's one thing that I'm walking away from this conference with, it's that customers are really in this next sort of step of the journey where they've modernized their traditionally equipped spaces, and now they're looking at how do we modernize order of magnitude more spaces to make them ready for AI powered workplace experiences. And they need to work differently to do that. They can't rely on sort of traditional humans, traditional AV experts to go room by room the way maybe they had been in previous years. They need to just scale out the audio, video, the intelligence, the compute. And I think the products you're working in, or you're delivering with your expertise kind of built into the products, are built for that.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely, I get the same feeling as well and the same feedback from our customers. It's, we say return to work, it's the new way of working. What's really shows up here is that there is no new way of working. It's still fluid. We haven't really figured out what this
Absolutely.
means, and it's constantly changing. And the name of the game here is really flexibility and adaptability. I agree 100%.
I love the word that you used, Ilya, about the journey. And in many ways, collaboration with sound and audio has been around for quite some time. Well, it seems like we're on this new threshold. And I know that it may be cliche, but I think we've had AI for some time now, camera framing and sound isolation and all sorts of things with algorithmic AI. But now we're on this precipice of new experiences that really drive the meeting facilitation, the meeting experience for the participants remotely and in the room. Talk a little bit about the vision and what's right around the corner for both of you as we look at this new world of agentic AI.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I finished my 30th year at Microsoft this past September, and I was fortunate enough to see multiple sort of exponential growth waves of technology, from the distribution of computing with the PC, to connecting computing with the internet, to dramatically shrinking computers so they fit in our pockets as mobile phones,
Mhm.
to the cloud, to hybrid work. So I thought that maybe I had seen all the exponential growth phenomena in my career, but this latest generation of transformer-based large language model AI feels very different, very consequential, and I would say because it really moves from helping us sort of on demand, reactively, to being able to do complex tasks and workflows with enormous context, all of the internet, all of our company's knowledge on our behalf. And so for meetings, there's all of this sort of route work that we've become used to doing. Let's go find the meeting room. Let's ask somebody in the meeting to take notes. Let's pull out our phone and take pictures of the whiteboard. Let's all pick one language to work in, even if that's not our first language.
Mhm.
Let's figure out what happened the last meeting and sort of reload that context. All of that can be done by these new agents at Microsoft. We've talked about a Teams meeting facilitator, a live interpreter agent. That's just the start. Uh, but all of this extra work that's separate from the real focus of the meeting can now be done by these agents if they have the opportunity to run in the space.
Yeah.
And the best way to do that is to have intelligence in that space, meaning a compute with eyes and ears, so that the agents can be long running, can be ambient in every space.
And Sam, I think in your partnership, I've had the pleasure of watching it develop sound that's good enough for these net new experiences. May not be the best to enable this new capability, these new meeting experiences of productivity with agentic AI that applies in the meeting room. And I think about this partnership, and I think about the potential of what's coming because of the excellence in audio, the excellence in video, and the platform that you're both developing.
If I may say, yeah, not just sound, it's the eyes and the ears.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's interesting you use that word, good enough, because we believe good enough is not good enough. Yeah, I mean, you look at the advancements that have been made with AI, Copilot, and now Facilitator, and it really is a game changer. I mean, I'm a big fan and I'm a user, and it's just changed the way I do my job, right? I no longer have to be in all these meetings that I just want to hear 5 minutes of. Months later, I don't have to go searching through notes to figure out what happened. This is all great, but what I find is that people really need to trust this agent, because the key here is for it to be useful and efficient. You have to trust what it's telling you, and for it to be accurate and trustworthy, it has to have the right input, right? And to your point, for example, we're on a whiteboard. Most rooms today are really configured and tuned for the people sitting around the table. But that's not how we do business anymore. It's not just let's sit at a table, all of us facing each other with the remote worker on the other side on the TV, right? We're in a corner huddling, brainstorming. We're on a whiteboard, as you mentioned. And systems utilizing agents that can help you understand that environment and those settings would just make it so much more efficient, right? I know we always use the example of, we meet in the hallway, let's grab a room and start brainstorming and whiteboarding something, and you're not even in a meeting. Well, you need something to be keeping notes, you need something to be capturing the moment, and you don't need to pull out that phone and take a picture of that whiteboard. And I think, systems that have that ability and that intelligence to detect context, if you will, and be able to tune towards it is really, really important. And I feel that, that's an area that we really, really need to push going forward.
That piece you mentioned about context is so important. I was meeting with a customer here yesterday who was saying, love meeting summaries, recaps. We don't trust them yet to capture emotion. So we want to make sure we have the recording. We can look up, was Ilya angry or happy or impatient when he said XYZ? And it really made me think, sure, we can do that. That doesn't seem like the best use of time to scroll through a recording, find what my face looked like, when we have multimodal understanding available to us. In other words, Copilot can take visual insights. We should be able to detect tone and emotion. To do that, we need, as I said, great eyes and ears. So I personally do believe every space will get some form of multi-camera. That doesn't mean a room this size gets wiring everywhere and cameras everywhere. It could be multiple cameras at the front, but it should have high enough fidelity to capture every face, to be able to feed that into AI, so we can actually say in the transcript, instead of Ilya said, it could be Ilya angrily said. Not that I ever do that.
No.
But I think, to your point, spaces need to be dynamic. They need to have the eyes and ears to adapt to where we sit or stand or how we discuss, and enable that ambient agent intelligence to capture all the context it needs.
Well, it's fantastic. First of all, congratulations again. I think the entire ecosystem, from customers and partners alike, are really going to benefit from the innovations you're both driving. And I think the world is really ready for this next world of AI in meeting experiences. So again, thank you both, and congratulations to both of you as well.
Thank you. And I'm really excited about this partnership, and it's all about when I said complement each other, I really do mean it, because I think, you know, you have certain equipment inside the room, you have amazing technology in the cloud, and how do we make sure that both of those work properly together to be able to get us to that next phase? And I really, really think it's an exciting time. I'm really excited about it.
It really is. I'll say thank you as well, and let's go AI enable tens of millions of spaces together.
We're right there next to you.
Awesome,
Thank you.
Sam. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, guys.